Good morning, everyone out there in YouTube land. Good morning, Ben from CODS. Morning.
Morning, Lee. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. It's the morning of the big game. It's the big Cod Rock, not a derby, isn't it? That's what we're calling it. I mentioned I posted something up on Facebook, I think, and there's quite a few people from like Portsmouth saying, "Of course, it's a derby. It's only the distance, but it's got to be a derby and all that stuff." And I was trying to explain to them that it's not. It is a derby game, but because we've got like not a lot of history, there is some history starting to build now. Because I think you've been in the league since 2012, so we have played you a few times now. So there is a bit of history, but obviously the bigger history of the Blackpool derbies will be against Preston, will be against Bolton, will be against Burnley. Clubs with massive clubs and massive derbies, even going back in the 50s. And this derby is very new, and also Fleetwood is just at the end of the tram tracks from Blackpool South to Fleetwood, so it's kind of almost like Blackpool playing Blackpool in a way. And Blackpool don't have any sort of animosity towards Fleetwood, really. We've watched your results and been excited about you getting promoted and everything. So it's just weird to be playing you in the same division. What's the feeling in Fleetwood? Do you feel it's a derby for you, or do you not do?
Well, I think some of your fans need to realise there's a difference between a derby and a rivalry. Like it's a derby, but it's not a rivalry. But it's getting bigger each year. I think it's the last few years. There's been pitch invasions. There's been loads of pyros. There's been fighting. Would you get that at a normal game? I don't think so.
No.
I think with the younger generation, I obviously have a lot of respect for Blackpool as a football club. They're in the same league as us. I want to finish above them. I want to beat them. But again, they're in the same league and they're a good side. But our derbies, I've been getting used to like Telford, Southport, Chorley, Bamber Bridge, Morecambe, teams like that. And then we play, I think this is our 10th meeting against you today. You beat us 5, 3 draws and a win for us. So the more we play each other, the rivalry will grow. And it's definitely grown in the last 5 years. I think with the younger generation of your fans who say, I love when we play Preston. You've played us more than Preston in the last. You played us more than Preston in the last 2 years, and you played Preston in the last 20 years. So, with the younger generation, but with the older generation, like when you obviously heard Jane on BBC Radio Lancashire last night, and I can understand the point where she said it just feels weird. Obviously, Fleetwood in the West Counties back in like the 1980s, 1990s, and I can see a point with that, but. Again, it's another game that I want to win. I want to beat every team in League One, but it's going to be a tough tie. Blackpool are a good side in a false league position, and if it's not in the playoffs at the end of the season, I'll be very surprised because the quality that they brought into their dressing room. Yeah,
we'll just say hello to a few people in the chat. Just going through them. We've got Harry Smith. He's actually going for a Blackpool win of 7-0. Do you think that's possible? Do you think that's a little bit ambitious? 7-0. Not too sure about that one, Harry, but. But I think it's going to be a tough game myself. Anne Walker's going for 3-1 to Blackpool. Obviously, we need a few Fleetwood people in. Tyler Dodd's here. Morning, Tyler. Stephen Roberts. Stephen Roberts is saying, got my own YouTube. Both are you subscribed? Got a lot of respect. Stephen Roberts, let us know what your YouTube channel is and we'll take a look at it, won't we? And we'll subscribe. Mark Porter saying Blackpool playing South Shorley. Remember?
You said, Lee, if you don't remember, you said playing Fleetwood is like playing South Shore. It's not an away game, it's like a small club.
Yeah, it's more like playing
Tin Pot Club. That's what you said.
I kind of not really. What the point I was trying to make was that it's like Blackpool playing Blackpool, so it's still in Blackpool as far as Fleetwood is more or less Blackpool anyway. It's only a couple of miles up past Bispam, so it's really there's a lot of people who are Fleetwood fans who live in Blackpool, and there's a lot of Blackpool fans who are from Fleetwood who've watched Blackpool for years and years and years. But when Fleetwood were not even a side, I wasn't meaning you were that small as South Shore. I just mean that it's it's not like playing Preston, is it? It's totally different. Anne Walker hates Fleetwood. There you go, 4-1.
But we're not rivals, by the way.
Can I just say,
I
Couple
couldn't say
Jeff,
this,
he's
right?
going for Fleetwood win. A red card for Blackpool, he's saying. Oh, blimey.
There's normally a red card when we meet, yeah, normally. Right, so one thing I want to say. So, for example, I read a lot of what you put on your like your fan pages and what you put about us and how you talk about us. And I just don't get how you talk about us all the time. You're on about Fleetwood all the time. You're always happy when Fleetwood lose. But if someone like, Peterborough lose, you're not as bothered. I think that shows.
It's a rivalry. Come on, it is a derby, really. I mean, and it is, as you say, it's getting bigger. As Mark Porter's saying here, he's saying, I agree with Ben. The more we play each other, the rivalry will grow, and it is growing. It is growing, and it is getting more and more that you don't want to lose. It's one of these games where you want the bragging rights on this one, don't you? Ryan Dunbar is going for 2-1 Blackpool. No disrespect to Ben or Fleetwood, but we want to beat them. Of course we do, as much as they want to beat us. Oh, Sharky's here as well. Hi, good luck to you both. I say a draw. I'm watching an all-league grassroots match this afternoon. Wow. Jake Davies is here. You got some support from Swansea. Come on, the CODS.
Go on, Barry Mackay. Come on.
Tyler Dodds is going for a 2-1 win as well. It'll be a very close game, but I reckon you will have the edge. So he's... Fleetwood fan, confident of a 2-1. I predicted 2-1. You've gone for a draw, have you, Ben?
I have, yes. I've gone for a 0-0 draw. So, one thing I wanted to ask you, obviously people in the comments can get down below. So, the team lineup is going to be very interesting. So, if you give your Blackpool 11, and I'll give my Fleetwood 11. So, what 11 would you like to see Blackpool line up with today? Obviously, because you made a few changes in the week. Jansen came in and Medine went out. Do you think Medine will return today?
I think he will. I mean, the thing is, Blackpool changed formation a few weeks ago, and it's been successful since. We went 4-4-2, and then on Tuesday night he reverted back to 4-3-3 and benched Medine. And before the game started, I was moaning about it because I was like, we're playing this 4-4-2, we're looking great, we haven't lost any, but he just wanted to put more in the midfield, and it worked. So I'm not quite sure what formation he's going to go for, because I was thinking we were going to go 4-4-2. Do Fleetwood play 4-3-3 or 4-4-2? We
play 4-2-3-1. So I think Fleetwood will be looking Rivalry in goal, Edwards at right back, Connolly, Mulgrew, Andrew. And then we've got, in my middle man pivot two, I'd go Finley and Rossiter instead of Coots and Whelan. I think that a little bit of ball, that bit of energy, a bit more youth, a bit more ball winning ability. Obviously, Coots and Whelan are great to see out a game. And have Burns or Morris. I'd probably have Burns, Mackay, Camps, and Madden up front. And the good thing with that 4-2-3-1 is we will go to a back three if need be. So where Tom Edwards slipped to right centre half, Burns at right wing back, Andrew at left wing back, and then Camps in the midfield. So it kind of can look like a 3-4-3-3 or 3-4-2-1 at times. So it's good to see, and very interesting to see how you line up. I think you'll go 4-4-2 or 4-4-2, 4-3-3. I think Medine will be on the pitch come the end of the game anyway.
Yeah. I'm going to go through mine in a minute. I've just seen Peter Donnelly saying that, sorry, Lee, but I don't think Fleetwood is practically Blackpool. There's a clear boundary between Cleveland and Fleetwood. Yes, there is, but it doesn't feel the same as going to Preston somehow. When you go to Fleetwood, you don't feel like you've really gone away. I don't feel like I'm going to an away match somehow. I don't feel like I've travelled very far.
Well, that's the point of a derby, like.
Yeah, I know, but it's like it's so close. It's almost not a derby, but it is a derby anyway. It's the Cod Rock derby. We're going for that, right? So we're going to have Maxwell in goals. It's this Ballard and Ekpiteta probably as the two centre halves.
Very good then.
I think he'll stick with what he played on Tuesday, because they did play quite well, and that's Husband and Turton. Both play well. Husband left back, Turton right back, and then we've got Kenny Dougal in midfield, who is really, for me, is starting to become first name on the team sheet. Everything's changed since he came in. He's just a really good midfielder, and what we were lacking really is a bit of a leader in midfield, and he's everywhere, and he's picking the ball up, and he's creating stuff. And then it's just whether he's going to go with a 4-3-3. If he goes with Medine and Yates up front, then we will be playing obviously a 4-4-2, and then we'll have Kai on the left, and we'll have CJ Hamilton on the right. We'll have Dougal and one other. Now that could be Keshi. It's a hard one, really. Or it could be Robson again, we played Robson, Dougal, Kai on Tuesday, and then we had Yates. How did we have it? I can't remember how we set up on Tuesday now. We had Yates, Hamilton. Who was the other midfielder now? I have a feeling he's going to go 4-2. If I'm being honest, I think he'll go for 4-2, and I think he may well play Dougal and Keshi Anderson.
You think?
I think so. It could be Hamilton, Dougal, Keshi.
Probably be Robson and Dougal in the midfield if you play the play.
Robson and Dougal, maybe. Yeah, could well be. It's either Robson and Dougal or Keshi and Dougal, and then CJ Hamilton, Medine, Yates, CJ and
I just think if you're playing a 4-4-2, you're gonna need a bit more balance in the midfield. So if you're playing 4-3-3, maybe Keshi will come into the side. But whatever side you put out, you're a decent side. You'll be up there come May. Looking forward to playing you. Just under a year ago, 7th of December last year, obviously we met and you beat us 3-1. I'm hoping that's not the same today. We're at home. I think there's not much in between the sides. I think Fleetwood are at home, so they might just slightly be favourites. Obviously, I know Barton says you're the favourites due to recent form of money invested, but we've brought Whelan, Coops, Camps, big Mulgrew, big name players in on big wages. So it's going to be an interesting one, and I think I'll get onto my score prediction in a bit, but it's going to be a very, very tight game.
I think it is. Are Fleetwood a very attacking side, would you say? Do you attack mainly?
Yeah, and that can sometimes be our weak point if it was on the counter, and it's just the
this
front four of Yates, Medine, Kai, Hamilton, those types of players on the counter attack who are very quick, very fast. But again, both teams are good attacking football, but I'm not excited for Blackpool Fleetwood. I know obviously we're not there, but I'm not excited to watch it because I just know I'm not expecting us to win the game, really. I'll be honest, due to our recent form against you. We've been awful, and that needs to change today. I really hope. Normally, I'm quite loud and say we're going to hammer you. I'll do my talking after the game, but very good game, and Blackpool will come at us with some good players. They've got goal scorers, won 7 of the last 8, 4 of the last 5 in League One. So they're on form. They're 4 points behind us, 6 behind the players with the game in hand. They're on track, and I just think they've gelled together nicely now after they brought 17 players to the football club and 21 went out.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a while for them to sort of gel together, but they are starting to gel together. So, we are feeling a little bit more confident than we were a few weeks ago. I'll be honest, because I was dreading this game. Jake Davies has seen a Mackay masterclass. Is he going to be the man today for us? Tell us a little bit about Mackay.
He's not had his moments this season, but he's had limited time on the pitch. I'd start Mackay, if I'm honest with you, because he's fast, he's direct, he's pacey, good in behind, and can cause Blackpool trouble. I think the other day we played with no width, but we're at home now, so I do expect to be playing with 2 attacking wingers. He's a very good player, very talented. You can see why he's played at level above. So going to be a very interesting one if he starts today. I'm just hoping he can get his first league goal for us since his return.
Yeah. Okay, right. Football Prime Ginger, hi, is asking, hello lads, will there be any fans here today? No, we're in tier 3. I think Fleetwood are as well, aren't they? So there's no fans in there today. Ryan Dunbar is saying that having been at a Blackpool Fleetwood game last April and numerous Old Firm games, I'm getting that feeling that I get on Old Firm Day, which is unusual for him. So it is starting to become one of those games where you do start to get those nerves that you get before a sort of a derby game. And I'm getting them as well. So it is a thing, Ryan. It's definitely a thing.
But by the way, lads, just I'm just going to get this in here. If we win, the FVP could go on for 6 hours on Monday. If we lose, I'm never coming on and I'm blocking Lee on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, everything, and I'm never speaking to him ever again. This could be my last time on this channel.
Oh my God.
People will be happy about that.
Stephen Roberts says, if Chaz is on it today, you could be in trouble early doors. So is he Is that Chaz? Is that
I think he means Ched Evans.
Ched Evans? Yeah, I was thinking that. Yeah, Ched Evans. Is that what we call him? Chaz? Is that his nickname? Or Ched? No. But yeah, he's a good player. You just mentioned before the positions of the teams, and you're in 8th with 23 points. You've scored 25 goals, Ben. So you have been very free scoring, but you've played 15 games. We are actually lying in 14th. We're 4 points behind you, but with a game in hand. But we've only scored 15 goals. We've struggled to score. It's been the thing, and I think it's been the problem with Blackpool that we just, we lost Nangelay in the summer, and we just haven't really replaced him. And we've got Yates, we've got Medine, but that's it. If either of those two get injured, we really haven't got many strikers about us. And it seems your strikers are really banging him in. So who's the main threats from Fleetwood as your strikers? Who's the leading goal scorer for Fleetwood at the moment?
Callum Campbell's on 8 goals at the moment. 10
Right.
in all competitions. I think he's the second highest goal scorer in League One. Free transfer attacking midfielder. He's obviously got a couple of braces in the recent game with Bristol Rovers and Plymouth. He scored 9 goals in them as well. So he's a very good player. He's obviously always got an eye for goal. I think this is one of his best ever goal scoring seasons so far. If we can get to 20 goals, that'd be an amazing record for him. 12 to go. But again, we've also got Ched Evans on 5, Madden on 4. We've got obviously young Harvey Sons who may come back into the fold.
Yeah.
We've got obviously Boone who can get a couple, Morris, Mackay. So we have got goal scorers from all over. I just don't think Morris and Mackay and Burns have got on the scoring sheet as much as you'd hope. Yet Burns getting 1, Morris and Mackay yet to score this season, usual goal scorers. But again, Ched Evans and Paddy Madden, if they can get on it today and score a few, that'll be amazing. But I'm not expecting much. I just want to go out and see my lads, give it 100%. And I don't want to draw. I want 3 points. A draw. I just don't want us to sit in and one shot each of both teams again. It was an awful game last year, and it always is when we play at home bar, the time we beat you. But apart from that, we've been 0-0, 0-0, 0-0, 3-2, 0-0. If it is 0-0 today. So we do need to be better than we were. I think we're better than we were in March. I think you're better than you were in March. So it's going to be a much more quality game. You've lost some players in Dewsbury Hall. We've lost Gibson and Suter. So it's going to be interesting to see how both teams match up today.
It is. Mark Porter's asking the question to you, Ben. What difference does Ben think having no fans at the ground will make? Does it give Blackpool a better chance, a leveler, so to speak, would you say? Will it be a big factor today? No fans in the ground.
I'm being honest with you. I know this is going to sound crazy to you. I think with obviously this pandemic and there are no crowds at all, Fleetwood will have the advantage today with no fans there. And I'll tell you for why. I always think Fleetwood players, they get a bit nervous before the game, seeing a big crowd. They're not used to seeing that, where Blackpool do get a bigger crowd every week. So they're kind of used to it. Fleetwood aren't really used to playing at Highbury in a packed out crowd. Obviously, I know when we go away, it's normally a lot more than 3,000. We do better, but I think it might help us in that way. But it's obviously Blackpool have no fans there as well, so it might help them. It's going to be interesting. It really is, and I'm very excited to see the game today, which I've not been in previous weeks. I've kind of been thinking we've got to win. Today, I'm hoping for a win, and it's going to set this tone for the season, because if we can win, I know obviously you go glass half empty and like man up, you know what I mean? Like think positive. But for me, I think if we get a win today, my thoughts are always 26 points with 50% safe. My aim at the start of the season is let us get to 50 points and ask me then. Because when you get to 50 points, you're safe. And Barton always gets told that by the director of football, Stuart Murdoch. And again, get to that 50 points as soon as we can, and then we can build and hopefully build something special at the football club, Lee.
Yeah. Jane actually was on Radio Lancashire last night, and she was, we were talking about no fans in the ground, and she reckons it's been a bit of a good thing for Blackpool because, they got off to a bad start and the crowd would have been on the back. The manager was under pressure from the, the message boards and stuff like that, but there wasn't that fans at the ground giving him abuse, and I think it helped them in a way to get through it, without having the fans on the back really, and probably worked in our in our favour because they seem to have come through it now and are, are playing okay. And I think it's weird, really, because Blackpool are pretty loud. I mean, we're not given that many. I went last season, and I think they only gave us. Did they give us 1,000? Did we allow 1,000?
1,100. No,
yeah.
Actually, no. Last year, I think we only gave you like 800 or something like that.
Yeah, I think it was 800, and it we still make quite a lot of noise. I don't know if you could hear us, but we're in that very small like shed almost, isn't it? It's just like a terrace, and but we but we are quite loud, and they won't have that backing that they had in the last game. So that may be advantage to you. I think it may well be. I noticed you're playing really well, and then midweek you lost to Northampton 1-0. Was it 1-0? And I was going to ask you, do you think that Joey Barton had one eye on this game and was maybe saving? Did he rest any players, or do you think they were just thinking more about this game than the game on Tuesday? Because I was quite surprised to see you lose on Tuesday, if I'm being honest.
Well, the team lineup was a bit dodgy, but when you explain why he did it on their cabbage patch of a pitch and their kind of the way they set up, it was always going to be hard. I think we'll have a better team out today, but I don't think he had one eye. I think he wants to win every game possible, Joey Barton, because he's a winner.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay, we'll put that one to bed then. Stephen Robertson, a Fleetwood versus Blackpool playoff final would be fun.
Oh, great.
You handle that.
You're putting Fleetwood's weaknesses and Blackpool's strengths together. Fleetwood's weaknesses, playing Blackpool, playoffs. Blackpool's positive. Beating Fleetwood, playoff finals.
Yeah, but it's one of those things where you can't always win forever. You know what I mean? Sometimes those things eventually come back to haunt you. You think, this is the game you don't want to lose. Let's go back to the comments here. Let's have a look. Tony Hewlett says, "Why do the Lashes call themselves mighty? One trophy in 137 years is anything but mighty. Just come across as big time Charlies to the outside world." Don't know. We've just always called ourselves the mighty. I don't really think about it really, but we don't call ourselves the mighty much. If I'm being honest, Tony, it's not something that I really.
We are. I swear, your hashtag when you were back, when the Oysters left, was "We Are Mighty Again."
Was it?
It was "We Are Mighty Again."
Well, anything without the Oysters would make us more mighty than we were with the Oysters. They were just total tossers, to be honest. I'm glad they've gone. And Simon Sadler, is proving to be a great owner, as of course you have a great owner as well. And Andy Pilley, he's done amazing things, hasn't he? I mean, where's he taking you from, Ben? Just if anybody's coming into this stream and they're not from Blackpool and they're thinking why we're not calling Blackpool versus Fleetwood a derby, it's because Fleetwood have come a hell of a long way, haven't they? Since when did Pilley take over? What year?
I think he took over in 2004, March 2004, and we were like the 8th or the 9th tier back then. And again, obviously, we had loads of problems like the showers, the bar. It was now where they got changed was like out of order. Yeah, I think he broke kind of one of the TVs, so he had to replace it, and he felt really bad. And then obviously he took over the club, and he's just got bigger and bigger. We've gone
how many
6 promotions.
Go in? When he took over. How big was the ground when he took over? Because he's obviously redeveloped, hasn't it?
It wasn't big. I think the first attendance he had was something like 80 when he first came in. So that just shows you how big. So this was 16, 17 years ago now. And then one of the first memories I have, I think it was Southport or Farsley. So Farsley Celtic got plunged out of the league. And this was like the National League North, I think it was. They got plunged out of the league. And Fleetwood beat them twice. Southport won and drew against them, but I think Fleetwood were like 1 point or 2 points in front of Southport. Because Farsley Celtic got plunged out of the league, we got 6 points taken off us, and Southport had 4 points taken off them. So in the end, Southport went up, winning the league that season.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember.
And again, we look at us now. They're in the National League North. We're in League One, and after that, we National League. And then I think Mickey Mellon was there, and obviously got into League Two. Obviously Vardy and Mangan when we played you that season when you beat us 5-1 with Lawar and Matt Phillips, and obviously I think I had Kevin Phillips as well. So it was always an interesting ride. And in League Two, I think we had one season where we finished maybe 13th, 14th. And then obviously Graham Alexander had a full season, got us promoted. I think that squad should have been better than the playoffs, but we got through by the skin of our necks. Beat York in the playoffs 1-0 away, because the game, we actually took about 1,000 fans down on the Saturday to York away. It was on TV. And I think it was like they got called off for like heavy rain. And I don't think the away end at York even has a roof. So a lot of fans were actually pleased about this. And I remember it getting called off about 7-8 years ago, this being.
Right.
I think I was in year 7 or year 6 at school when this happened. And it got called off. I was going to the Saturday game and it got called to the Monday, the game. So then we only took like 300 after that. And we won 1-0 through Matthew Blair, who scored the winner. He played for York. And then in the playoff fight, and then the second leg on the Friday, drew 0-0 with them. And we played Burton at Wembley on Pilly's birthday. And we won by 1-0. Sarthridge, 26th of May, 2014. And then we've been stuck in League One ever since. We've had a decent season the first season, win a relegation back with you. The next season where you went down and we stayed up, I had to mention that.
Yeah.
And then the season after, we got to the playoffs, lost to Bradford 1-0. And then we, again, relegation battle. And then mid-table, playoff battle again last year, lost, I think it was 6-3 on aggregate. And then this season, we're looking for the playoffs again. So that's just a brief look at my time watching the football club and kind of where we've come from. And we're in League One now, and hopefully there's one more to go in the Championship. I don't think we'll ever get to the Premier League, but the Championship's a league that I've watched for many years as a boy. I loved it, loved watching. I think it's the most entertaining league in world football, in my opinion. There's nothing quite like it. And I'd love to vlog and stream on the Championship.
Yeah. I know Tony Hullet's given me lots of stick in the chat about calling ourselves the Mighty. I think, Tony, that will have come from going back to the days when Blackpool obviously won the FA Cup in 1953, and they had like 6 internationals in the England team. And at that time, they probably were the Mighty, and that's just stuck with us for a long time. And you know, we used to have a song which, you know, come on there, mighty Pearl, come on there, mighty. And that's just carried on for years and years, just passed down for generations. But we're certainly not mighty anymore. We do know that we're down in League One, and who knows? Maybe one day we will get back to the Premier League like we did with Holloway. But until then, you know, we may call ourselves mighty, but we're certainly not mighty. Let's have a look very quickly. Oh, yeah, I was briefly going to mention Ben was on Seasider's podcast last night, which is another YouTube channel run by Blackpool fans. It's fabulous. And if you haven't checked it out, make sure you do check out Seasider's podcast. Give them a subscribe as well, because they do some great work. And at 6 o'clock, after every game, they do a sort of analysis on a Saturday, and then they do.
I'll be on there later on.
Yeah, so you can catch Ben later on it's called Seasiders Podcast. It's on YouTube. Just search for that and you'll find it, and give him a sub. And so you can watch Ben last night.
I had one question, Lee, before we do come to the end.
Yeah.
What is your score predictions? I want to know.
Score predictions from them or score predictions from me?
You.
From me.
The chat as well. You leave yours down below. What about you, Lee? I'm interested.
Yeah, I'm going for a 2-1 win to Blackpool.
Right, bye.
There he goes. So yeah, I've always got to believe. You have to believe in football. It's, you know, it doesn't always work out the way you want it to work out, but at the end of the day, you've got to go in thinking you can win. You know, even when we don't, I always can't. You know, I always try and believe, even against United and Tottenham and Liverpool and all those teams in the Premier League. I always believe we could win. In fact, it didn't work out that way. You know, that's football, isn't it? So what's your prediction? Oh, Thomas Bloom is going for 4-1 Blackpool. MZ Lovey is going for 2-1 Fleetwood. Sorry, Thomas Bloom is going for 4-1 Fleetwood. Ryan Dunbar's with me, 2-1. MZ Lovey loves the decorations. Yeah, I've got the Christmas tree up. Thanks for noticing. Right, so Ben, you are going for a draw, I think, are you?
0-0 in my head. I'll be positive. 2-1 Fleetwood. I'll be positive.
That's what we like to see.
You'll be 2-0 up. You'll score about 15 minutes to go, and I'll be like this watching the stream. Out! Yeah, we've clicked. Oh no, they've got it back. Out again. And then my worst nightmare is if you score in the last minute again, snatch the point or win the game. It's happened twice. I could not cope for a third time. I'd love nothing more to come on here, was winning the last minute and do a Home Alone. How the tables have turned.
Well, you'll be able to see our reaction if you score in the last minute. You'll see if we're upset. We will be upset. Thomas, let's have a look. Just quickly going through some more down here. Tyler Rowlandson, hello, Tyler's here saying the mighty Pearl. You see, done us a favour against Pompey. Need you to do it again today, please. He's with me 2-1 to Blackpool. So Charlton are with Blackpool on this one.
I've always preferred Millie Edmondson.
David Scholes is saying 3-1 to Blackpool full time, 1-1 half time. Talia Ball is going for 4. There's a lot of very confident Blackpool fans. I think it's going to be a very tough game, if I'm being honest. Eugene McGeever is here. Hello, Eugene. 4-0 to Blackpool. MZ Lovey says, are we doing the watch along together? Well, we were going to do, weren't we?
We were, but I just think it's better. Obviously, Lee has his, we have ours. We will do a reaction, guys, hopefully, like we've done this.
Yeah.
But again, I'm on mine, Lee's on his. And again, hopefully come 5 o'clock, Lee's blocking me and I'm not blocking him.
I was saying before we came on the air to Ben that if you've ever sat at a match with a lot of like the opposition fans, you cannot be yourself because you've got to watch your P's and Q's. You can't be slagging the referee off. You can't be saying, that was never a yellow card. That was not offside. That was offside. The referee, all the sort of stuff that we tend to say in live streams. And kind of thinking about it, if you're doing it together, you're in that situation where you can't really be yourself. So it's probably better that we just do the separate streams. And obviously, if you're a Fleetwood fan, you're going to watch, Ben. If you're a Blackpool fan, come and watch us. But then again, it might be fun if Fleetwood are winning 4-0 to come on our channel and give us some stick.
Doing the same.
Or the other way around. I'm sure you're going to go on Ben's channel and give him some stick. I'm on the road
to 6K, guys. If you could, get over there and subscribe, that would be
you're very.
Sorry to plug, but I'm on the road to 6K. So if you could subscribe, that'd be amazing. And good luck to Blackpool today, Lee.
Yeah, cheers. George Fenton's saying a Gary Medine hat trick. Well, that's if he's on because he was on
Gary
the bench.
Medine, the washing machine. I know he's a good player, Gary
Medine. Future Nemesis, are we going to be speaking to each other after the game? I'd love to see that. Well, unfortunately, we've got each other again on Tuesday night, haven't we? In the Carabao thingy,
the Papa John's.
The Papa John's, that's it. Yeah, the Papa John's.
No, look, you'll beat us today, and we'll beat you in the Papa John's and be like, oh, we don't care about that.
No, nobody cares about that. Nobody cares about that.
Stand losing to you again.
I know. The Muckers are here. 3-1 to Blackpool, they say. Tyler Rollinson's giving you plenty of laughs for your comment about you preferring Millie. The edgy one says, seeing Ben cry today would make my whole 2020. Oh, Ben, he's not going to cry today. Isaac Selly says he's not excited for this one. It's going to be very tight and could go either way. I'm agreeing with you. It's both teams are playing well. Ryan Dunbar says, when we score, I'm jumping on your stream to watch your reaction. And LOL in that ear. Mark Porter says, if Fleetwood score this afternoon, I can see them curtains coming down behind Ben.
I'm glad I'm moving my desk because last time I'm being serious, I couldn't run for nearly a week. I banged my knee on oh my God, like stubbing your toe and banging your knee are the 2 worst pains in the world. I was like,
in your stream? Oh,
yeah.
No.
We scored like really late on and won the game. Oh man.
Oh no! Right in the middle of your stream, live on air.
I think it was about 80 minutes. We rescued a point or something like that. But we've never won late, so I'd love today to win late.
Yes. Well, MZ Love is there. She says Paddy Madden 2 goals today.
Come on, Paddy.
Russ Vernon, RV Media. Hello, Russ Vernon. Blackpool 2.
Yes, Russ. I love it. Son.
Come on, Ben. George Fenton's coming back with Gary Medine. Goal machine. Adam Clark. Hello, Adam. Hello, Lee. Good luck for us. We need a win today to shut up the EFL Quest, giving Fleetwood all the glory.
Whoa. Quest never talk about Fleetwood. What's that about? We what we know, right? With those 3 games on the other day, right? They didn't even talk about us once. Like, we do exist.
I
know we're non-league.
Tony Hewlett, big fan of the CODS today. He's a good luck to the CODS today in the Lashes Cup final. So thank you from a Preston fan.
He's not a Preston fan, by the way.
Well, what is he then? Calling us the Lashes? He must
Forest
be.
Fan.
Oh, he's a Forest fan, is he? Okay. We don't mind being called the Lashes. Peter Donnelly's going for 2-0 to Blackpool. It would actually make future nemesis decade. Never mind 2020. Blackpool wins.
Right,
is it that important?
Right.
Is it that important?
Right, can I just say, these are the people that constantly shout at me, it's not a derby, Fleetwood a tin pot, they mean nothing to us. Oh, it make my year to see us beat Fleetwood, make my decade, it'd be the best thing in. Well, lads, you should, like, you know what I mean?
Right, I think that's all the comments. I think, the Muckers, they are, Lee, we simply aren't going to lose to the pub team down the road. Blimey. Hard stuff from the Muckers. They're not going to lose to the pub team down the road. I think you're a bit more than a pub team now. A few more fans. CJ's going to get 2 goals for Tell You Ball.
Good luck today, lads. That's all I can say. And hopefully it's a good game.
Hang
Best
on.
of luck for the season.
I've just got to answer this one. Hello from the USA. One-sided game today. Fleetwood will win 5-0 against Blackpool. Gary Medine is a right cheek, falling on the floor everywhere, according to Leonardo, Ohio, in the USA. So they are your big fan over there. Have you seen Leonardo before in your streams? Is he someone that comes on?
No.
Well, there you are. You got people watching you in Ohio, which is pretty cool, isn't it?
Absolutely. But yeah, again, good luck today, Liam. May the best team win. I think it's going to be a tight game that I've still got bad thoughts that you're going to beat us again, but hopefully not, and hopefully we can get a win.
Yes. It's going to be a tough game. I'm kind of dreading it and looking forward to it in equal measure. I know you're going to give me lots of stick on Monday on the Football Vloggers podcast, because we have our show on a Monday. If you haven't tuned into that, by the way, we're on every Monday from 8 o'clock. So definitely tune in for this one to see how Ben and I deal with whatever the result is today.
Absolutely.
On Monday. So thanks for tuning into this one, everyone. As I say, we always appreciate everyone that watches these videos, because without you posting in the comments, giving us stick in the comments, cheers Tony Hewlett for that, and also to this chap from Ohio, whoever he is. He's going for a 5-0 win to Fleetwood. So we shall see. The talking will be done on the pitch. Thanks, Ben, for your time. And thanks,
no worries. Good luck today, lads.
We'll be back here at 2:30. What time are you on, Ben? Today
2:30 as well. Going a bit earlier.
We're both on 2:30 for pre-match build-ups, and also don't forget you can always go on Ben's channel if Blackpool are winning to give him some stick, and you can come on my channel if Fleetwood are winning and give me some stick. We look forward to it, don't we? Thanks for watching, everyone. Good luck. May the best team win. Up the pool!
Go on the CODS!